Senior Center in Safford, Arizona. So welcome to our chair yoga practice. Today is a Friday. Namaste. So welcome to class, and we are going to move through our root chakra today. Hence the color is red. So red for our root chakra, and we're going to have our sankalpa or mantra, and that will be my breath supports me. So what we'll do with that, let me sit back a moment. We'll go ahead and find our grounding. So here we are in our chair. Come to it comfortably where we can find a hip width distance apart. Of course, if this isn't for you right here, you can always open up to shoulder width distance apart, preferably hip width distance apart, and then find stacking knees above the ankles and the toes are pointed forward, feeling nice and grounded here. So while we feel grounded, let's go ahead and bring hands on top of our thighs. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Lengthen all the way through the crown, which is the top and back part of our head, lengthening towards the ceiling. We feel our glute bones nice and grounded to the seat. Let's go ahead and soften the eyes. We're going to come into our 3-part breath. Let's inhale into the low section, the pelvis region. Continue to inhale into the midsection. And then inhale into the upper chest and shoulder section. As we exhale, let's release shoulders, chest, midsection, all the way down to the pelvis. Inhaling from the bottom up. And exhaling from the top down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale from the bottom up. Exhaling from the top down. Last one. Inhale from the bottom up. Exhale from the top down. Gently open the eyes for a moment. Face the palms upward, chin mudra, thumb tip reaches, index fingertip touches, palms lay open upward, and the 3 fingers rest. Rest this on the lap. Lengthen again from root to crown. And this time just bringing breath in and out of the nose, silently chanting in our mind with the breath, my breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. And just one more breath here. As we exhale, go ahead and release the hands. You can start to open the eyes, coming right into our mountain pose. Press down into the soles of the feet. Let's inhale. Bring the arms all the way up. Cross the thumbs, pull apart. Keep the palms open, fingers wide. Hold at the top of the breath if you can. Hold, squeeze all the energy to the crown, and then exhale, release into your forward fold. So allow your body to come forward and down. Inhale, let's take it back up and over. At this time, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's inhale, lift one leg, lengthen all the way through. Exhale, release that leg, come back into your forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Opposite leg, let's inhale, lift it up. Pause there. Exhale, release down and over. Inhale, root to rise, lifting back up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's pause there for a moment. Grab our stability block or ball. So allow yourself to welcome a block, a ball, anything that can support your inner thighs. Basically, we are squeezing, activating our inner thigh system here, helping our pelvic floor also activate and lift as we draw the navel in. So nice grounded feet pressing down here. Let's inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head as we rest the shoulders, open the elbows. Inhale, let's take the gaze up. Exhale, let's take the chin down. Allow the chin to come into the chest, elbows forward down. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the back today. Let's inhale, open back up. And exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. Inhale, awareness. And exhale, letting go. Last one, let's inhale. And exhale. From that exhale, let's inhale just to neutral. Open the elbows, relax the shoulders, gaze back forward. And we're gonna exhale, tilt. So allow a lateral flexion here. Grounded feet press down into the earth plane. Strong abs lifts us back up to center as we inhale. Let's exhale and tilt the opposite way. Staying grounded in the legs. Inhale, strong in the core as we lift. Exhale again to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Let's exhale, twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Let's inhale, find center, and open, lift the arms up. Exhale, release the arms all the way down. Maybe grab the back bottom of the chair. And inhale, lift one leg, lengthen through the heel, toes towards the nose. Exhale, release down. Inhale, opposite leg. Exhale, release. Let's move to plantar flexion, pointing the toes. Strong legs, point through the toes, release. Inhale, other side. Now let's come back in to more of a cactus shape. We're going to inhale as we come to the side instead of exhale. So let's find our inhale here, or exhale here. Inhale to the side. Exhale to center. Inhale to the side. Exhale to center. We'll only do this one more time. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit different. One more time. And exhale. Let's extend through the arms, warrior two arms. We're gonna move with the arms, the body. It's gonna switch to one side. You can look to that side or you can look forward. Another choice is to look all the way back. Let's gently come back through center. So keep those long arms. We're twisting the opposite direction. Again, maybe you try the head forward. Maybe you try the head looking to the side or all the way back to the back fingers. Let's find one more breath. And exhaling back to center. Release that. So if we can, maybe we grab the back of the chair. If that is impossible, maybe we interlace the fingers or grab the fingers, grab wrists, whatever we can behind us. So either interlacing fingers, grabbing the chair, whatever helps. You're gonna roll the shoulders back. You're trying to get the hand package to move closer to your seat or glutes. You're drawing the navel in here so to really protect our low and mid back. Let's press through the soles of the feet and look over one shoulder. Release the chin down towards the armpit or looking down. And then shake the head, yes. From the shaking the head yes, let the chin come down into the chest, pressing all the way through the center as we move the chin to the other side or armpit area. From looking down to the other side, go ahead and shake the head yes again. And then gently from shaking the head yes, lift the chin, just look over that shoulder. You're just looking at horizon level now, stretching through the neck. And then let's bring it back to center. As we bring it back to center, if we're close to the front part of our chair, maybe we can lift the hand package up off the back. We're gonna keep the length here though. So lengthen the spine, I'm sitting straight up. I'm just pulling my hand package as far as I can off the back. For those of us that have the chair, maybe we have hinged elbows, but we're pulling forward. So those of us with chair, hanging onto that, we can pull forward and squeeze the scapulas together. Those are our shoulder blades, squeezing towards your midline, towards your vertebrae in the back. Let's find one more breath here. And exhale, release, keep the feet nice and grounded. Let's inhale, bring it up and over. And it's a big circle as we exhale. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale, big wide circles. One more circle. Let's go ahead and reverse that. So inhale, wide up, over, exhale, releasing. Inhale, just as far back as we can. Exhale, a nice release. 2 more. 1 more. And releasing all the way down. All right, where we have the arms out, feet grounded. Let's go ahead and do palms up on one side, the side we are moving to. So keep those glutes still, reach to that side. Try to keep the arms parallel, as if we're trying to reach for something over on that shelf, or even grab something from somebody. Let's then bring it back to center. Palm comes down, other palm rotates up, and reach to that side. Again, keeping glutes grounded, feet grounded, strong abs, strong core, strong legs, coming back to center. Now with this, let's palm up, keep the other palm down. I'm gonna continue for the palm up to twist up and back. I'm trying to stay in the picture here, you guys. The other palm that's down is going to twist back the opposite way. So like wringing a towel. So one palm is up, the other palm happens to be up, but we're wringing different ways. One shoulder moves forward, the other shoulder's moving back. Okay, unwind the wringing of towel and opposite way. So now the other shoulder moves forward while the opposite shoulder rotates back. Think of wringing the towel and your arms are that towel. Reverse that. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of interconnected muscles here in our shoulders. We have lots of small parts in our shoulders on top of it. So unwinding again, switching to the other side, where we're winding back up, one shoulder forward, one shoulder back, and then gently come back to neutral, release. It's a lot of shoulder work. So let's move that ball, because now we're gonna move into leg work. So let's start off with just heels up. So I'm coming, my knees are lifting because I'm lifting my heels. So right now, we're just lifting heels. I lift to my toes. You can lift to the balls of the feet or toes. Start to find the breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. We're gonna find one more lift, pause there, and let's release down. As the heels come down, let's lift toes, balls of the feet, everything except the heels. So now we have everything except those heel points pressing down. One more breath of lifting those toes. As we exhale, flatten the feet, but let's curl the toes under as if we're picking up that pen or pencil. You'll feel the arch start to move in and up through the inner legs. So think of those inner legs pulling up that arch that we're pulling all the way through center. And then let's relax the feet, the toes, press down into the soles of the feet and lift only our toes. So the balls of the feet, the heel points are all connected to the earth plane, but our toes are lifting, and possibly see if we can widen or spread apart the toes. And then bring them back together, still lifting. See if we can set down all the toes except the big toe. So kind of like our thumbs. Setting everything down, pressing down, but now big toes are the ones that are up. Let's go ahead and rest the big toes, press the big toes down, and see if we can't lift all the other toes except the big toes. So now they might do a little curl thing. Just do your best. You're trying to keep the big toes grounded and the other toes lifting. You may even have to look to say, oh, yep, they're lifting, or maybe they're not. It's just a practice. Let's go ahead and release that. All right, from there, let's extend one leg. Keep a softness in the knee. We're gonna dorsiflex a foot, so toes towards your nose. Then you're gonna rotate that foot. Make sure the knee tracks with your toes. You'll feel it all the way into your hip joint. So my toes are moving inward medially, rotated, my knee also with that, which I can feel it all the way up into my hip. Let's do 2 more breaths here. 1 more deep breath. From there, bring it back to center. Then we're going to rotate it laterally. So it's a few deep breaths. You'll notice softness in the knee again, and that the knee and toes always point the same direction. That means you are opening all the way up into your hip joint here, which you'll probably feel. Let's do 2 more breaths. From that opening, bring it back to length, center, and we're going to press the foot all the way down. From that foot being all the way down, let's lift up. From there, let's open up our hands, palms forward, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, bring it all back together. So exhale, sole of the foot comes down, palms come together. Inhale, open back up, lift the leg. Exhale, bring it back together. We have 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You'll really feel this in your quad muscles. 1 more time. And exhale. Go ahead and bring hands to heart. Let's bring that leg in. Extend the opposite leg. So once again, plantar flexion. Foot is on the ground. We have the nice stability of this one. And we're going to take this foot and bring it now to dorsiflexion. From dorsiflexion, let's come out laterally first. Notice knee tracks with toes. Allow the hip to open. You'll feel this in the hip joint. Let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And we could always repeat, my breath supports me as we move through breath today. Let's go ahead and move through center. Notice the traction of the knee again as we move medially. So softness in the knee, knee to toes, and feeling that hip again all the way up into the hip joint. Let's find a couple more breaths. And gently release that. Go ahead and move back to plantar flexion. As we move to plantar flexion, let's start to bring the hands down and then bring the leg up, point the toes, inhale, open the arms. Exhale, bring the palms together, release the sole of the foot on the ground. We have 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale. Exhale. Nice, slow, controlled motion. We have 1 more. Last one. And exhale. Bring the hands to heart And let's bring that foot back. All right, from there, maybe you get a little further on the seat. I was a little closer to the edge for this. So now I'm a little bit further. I'm still not all the way back. I want to support myself here by rolling the shoulders back, lifting through the heart space, and drawing in and up with my navel. Let's go ahead and extend, point the toes of one leg. Inhale, open out to the side. Keep the other leg stable. Exhale, bring it back. Dorsiflex. Let's inhale, bring it back out. Exhale, bring it back. Once again, plantar flexion. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to our dorsiflexion as we inhale. Now that's our fourth one. So pause there. Maybe if we found ourselves rolling or crunching in, we draw back up through center. Strong leg that is stabilizing us. And let's bring it back and release. I know, a lot of work. So while we're here, I'm gonna come forward because this one's doing a lot of work. So I'm just gonna come forward. The other hand's gonna stay stable. Grab a hold of that knee. And we're just gonna rotate best we can in a circle, possibly an oval here. More of an oval than a circle. Just nice big rotations. So just remembering let's go ahead and move the opposite way. Our root chakra encompasses our legs, our feet, our knees. So all that stability, that's why we are working on legs today. So a lot of leg work. Let's go ahead and release that. Again, get nice and stable because remember we're going to use one leg and it's going to come out to the side. Hands to heart, relax the shoulders. Let's start off with pointing the toes. Inhale out to the side. And exhale, bring it back. Dorsiflex. Inhale. And exhale. Plantar flexion. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, dorsiflexion. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and release that. Inhale, let's bring the arms up and over, stretching. Exhale, let's grab the elbows. If chin has fallen, lift the chin once you grab a hold of those elbows. So try to lift the gaze to the horizon. You'll feel the sides of your body stretching. Feel the feet grounded and the strength of your legs as you press down into the earth plane as well as your seat. Let's find one more deep breath. And gently release that, releasing all the way. So we're gonna come up out of our seat. Those of us that are seat bound might just do this. So this is some of the things I'll be doing. Notice they're just heel drops. So I lift with intention, but I'm releasing and just letting go. So you can do that sitting, especially if we have maybe foot or ankle problems here. So you're just looking to drop, the lower legs will jiggle. If you want to come with me, then we're gonna come all the way up out of the chair. It will be the same thing. You are in a stance, hip width distance apart. Softness in the knees, so you want to have a bit of softness. And then you're just going to let go here. You're gonna lift and then drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. So you're looking to, yes, you're looking to jiggle. That's the truth. You're looking for everything to kind of let go, allowing it all down to gravity, down to the earth plane. This will help with our bowels, our digestive system, especially with constipation, as well as our lymph nodes. So think of your lymphatic system. This is why they say for lymph nodes and lymphatic system, it's good to get one of those shaker plates or jump on the trampoline. So any of those activities will also help the lymph system and bring things down. A few more times. Hopefully your calf muscles are also getting a bit of a workout here. And when you're ready, just kind of gently release into that. I am going to use a chair because we are going to do more leg activities. So with these leg activities, come to that hip width distance apart, softness in the knees. Maybe you bring the chair in front of you for a little bit of balance, or maybe you have a wall beside you or something. All you're gonna do is find that drishki point of focus, and you're gonna lift the heels now with intention, just as high as we can. And this time we're gonna slowly release down. But as we release down, keep softness in the knees, tilt the glutes and hips back, lift the toes, lift the balls of the feet. We'll only do this 3 more times. Rock gently forward. You're looking to inhale and lift. And you're looking to exhale, relax back down, rock gently back, and inhale, lift the toes and balls of the feet. Exhale, gently rocking forward again, and inhale, lifting. Exhale. So this is almost like a rocking horse type of rhythm. Exhale, tilt back, and then find the inhale. And again, exhale, tilting forward. Softness in the knees, nice motion as you lift up. Exhale, bringing it back. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, rocking forward. Inhale, lift the heels. And let's exhale, release the soles of the feet. So from there, another standing exercise. You can leave the chair, you can use the chair. This one's a little bit easier with the balancing issue. So I'm gonna come to the side a little bit because you already know I am hip width distance apart. I have stacking joints. So to the side, I'm gonna keep a softness in my knees. You'll notice that they're not completely straight, and I will not straighten them for this exercise. So keep that softness in the knees here. You're gonna keep head, shoulders, hips, all in alignment here in center. So what's gonna happen is you're going to inhale, sit it back a little bit. Notice my knees aren't surpassing toes, and I'm not really doing this or coming this way either. So it's all centered just a little bit. And then you're going to exhale and bring it up. So it's an inhale down and exhale, pressing up. Knees stay soft. This is going to work our knees. So here we're strengthening legs, but mostly those knees. This is a very good knee strengthener. Each time we inhale, it's bring it down a little. Each time we exhale, it's bring it up just a little. Remember, we are not moving into extension, which keeps our knees working the entire time. You could slow it down to the breath. You can find a drishki point. You're letting the shoulders relax, legs are working. Remember, the exhale, we press up. The inhale sinks us. We'll do this a few more times. Let's do this 3 more times. A lot of quad work, a lot of knee work. Last one. And release. Okay, maybe now you do move in and out of that leg strengthening by just moving the knees in and out. So it's just a nice coming back. If you do have a chair or wall, I would suggest maybe grabbing a hold of the back of your leg pant or something. Maybe you could grab the ankle. See if you can just release the knee moving downward. So not necessarily trying to move it all the way to your glute. You may just feel this by allowing the knee to face down. So allow the quad to stretch here, relax the leg in a way, allow your wrist to be lengthened. So when I'm hanging on with my fingers. I'm not bending my wrist or wrapping my wrist around my ankle or foot. All right, when you're ready, we're going to release that leg. And we're just going to, once again, you could use that stability. You can grab a hold maybe of just the pants here. You are looking to just grab a hold wherever you can. And if the leg wangs out or wangs back, what you're looking for is to try to draw it downward so that hip point moves through the knee point and the knee point moves down towards the earth plane. And you're just coming to a few breaths of balancing. And we're going to exhale, release that. So more strengthening into the legs, into the knees. Keep that softness. You can have a wall or chair next to you. We're going to start off with the leg that's furthest from us. So softness in the knees and maybe a hand on the hip if you would like. You're going to dorsiflex, so pick up the foot off the floor, and let's inhale. While you're lengthened, just move that leg out as much as you can. You'll feel this in your glute muscle. You'll feel it in the side leg. Exhale, we're going to keep that leg up. We'll only do this 3 more times. So it's an inhale out to the side. And exhale brings it back in. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Now, if you can take a break, or you can bend the knee, still hanging onto the chair, still hand on hip, still softness in the other knee, but we're just bending that knee. And then as we lengthen, let's see if we can slightly tilt, but use that glute muscle to squeeze the glute to lift the heel, not the low back. So abs tuck in for your low back to lengthen and flatten. Glute lifts your heel. Let's go ahead and start to swing it slowly back in. Remember, you can take breaks of setting that foot down. We're just moving from knee up and then slowly moving with a slight tilt, and squeeze the glute as we move the heel back. We'll do this 2 more times. Remember, allow yourself needed breaks if you need to. Extend, squeeze the glute back. We only have 1 more. A lot of work on the one stabilizing leg. Remember to tilt and then squeeze the glute. Feel the glutes active. And release down. Take a moment to walk it out. Let's see if we can bring that to the opposite side. So maybe take a few breaths. Let's widen our stance for just a moment. And I'm actually going to bring my chair away a little bit because we're going to do a little bit of something in between before we move on to the other leg. So widen your stance just a little bit, softness in the knees, grounded feet, and you're going to let the upper torso twist. So right now my hands are hitting approximately front and back of my kidneys, around the kidney area. And it's just a delicate light stimulation. You can always close the eyes. You can take deep breaths as we are letting go today, really rooting down into the earth plane, really coming from that root chakra. Now, you can reopen the eyes to see I'm going to move my hands more towards my chest. So now my hands in the back even move up higher, as high as I can. I'm basically having a little bit of chest here, or a little bit of tapotement within the chest. May help loosen up some things for us if we have any issues with breathing or chest congestion. So again, take the deep breaths. Allow the swinging, allow the relaxation. All right, and when you're ready, just kind of let it go here. We are coming back to that chair. Remember that the leg that is closest to the chair is going to be the stabilizing leg. So softness in that knee, hand on the other hip if you would like. Start to dorsiflex and lift up already. Keep that straight line with us as we lengthen out, squeezing that glute, and then bringing it back, hovering. Remembering you can always at home take breaks. You don't have to move exactly like me. And we're going to try and use the breath. So it's an inhale out, and it's an exhale, bring it back in. We have 1 more out to the side. Now from there, you can keep hovering, or once again, you could take that break, but we're gonna start to bring a bent knee, pulling forward and up, still keeping that dorsiflexion, and I'm gonna hinge slightly forward and start to extend back, but with that extra extension, let's tighten the glute, lift the heel a little bit. So you'll do that with the tightness of the glute. Bring it back forward, still hovering or taking that moment before lifting the knee, and then bringing it back down, lengthening, squeeze that glute. Slowly bring it back up. Other leg that is stabilizing has a softness in the knee. And we're going to extend back and squeeze. One more time. Knee up. And then slowly draw back, that extra little squeeze in the glute. And let's release down. Now, we're gonna move into our downward facing dog and just kind of let it all go. If you have a wall, maybe you just put those hands up on the wall, just like you would for a push-up. You're gonna keep that shoulder width distance apart. If you happen to have a chair like me, you're gonna walk it back, baby steps, until you have the glutes pulling back, the knees soft, grounded feet. Release the head between the arms, ears come up to the biceps. And a little extra today for root chakra. See if we can pull into the heels and lift the toes, or maybe even the balls of the feet. So really pulling back into the glutes as we lift toes. Let's find 3 more breaths here. And exhale, soften the feet. Start to lift the head, baby steps back to the chair. And we are going to take it all the way back down into our chair. As we take it back down into the chair, I did forget to move on to the other leg with our hip. So come a little bit forward. If you remember which hip that we haven't rotated yet, let's go ahead and rotate open that hip. So for me, it was this side. And if not, just go back and forth. Never hurts to open up a little bit more into the hips, knees, ankles, all our joints. Just remember to go the opposite way as well. All right, from there, let's go ahead and come back to grounded, soles of the feet. And you know what? Before we move into our Shavasana, our Yoga Nidra, I'm gonna grab a spiky ball. Remember, those of us at home, we have maybe some dryer balls or a pinky ball or a tennis ball. I mean, you could maybe even try a golf ball if you're desperate. But just note the sensation at the bottom of the foot. So you're gonna stay in this nice stable form, but you're gonna bring that ball, whichever you have there at home, right to the bottom of the foot. And let's start off with a heavier pressure. So right now I'm playing with a heavier pressure, moving the foot around the ball so that I can move the ball around my foot essentially. And I'm not taking any particular pattern. I might have in the beginning, but just really kind of roaming around with my foot, really just trying to get all the little pieces on my foot that I can feel, and even trying to feel here. So a lot to do with how does it feel on the bottom of your foot? Can we bring those sensations up a little bit? Can we be aware of the sensations of the bottom of our foot, the connection we have with the ball, and also the connection we have with the earth? All right, if we've done a little bit of a heaviness, now take a moment, you're gonna bring a lightness like a feather. So now I'm doing a lift up on this. My hip and my quads are really working because I'm really barely touching the ball, just for that little bit of sensation. So if we got used to maybe looking down and trying to incorporate our vision with this, let's see if we can close our eyes and do this feathering where we really bring in that connection, where we really take our inward focus to the bottom of the foot. We're just barely touching. You could feel just a slight feathering. you might start to feel more intention inside the hip or more tension there from lifting the leg. And so just a lightness. When you feel ready and done with that lightness, you can move that ball. You can set both feet down for a moment, close the eyes, lift tall, and just take a couple of clearing breaths here, reminding us that our breath supports us today, that we're nice and grounded in our seat, nice and grounded with our feet. And after that second one of my breath supports me, you could reopen the eyes. Let's move it to the other side. So spiky ball sensations, and of course, whatever ball we have at home, but right now it's more of a heaviness into this ball, whatever ball we've chosen, and we're making our way, trying to maybe get some good spots here on our foot that could feel real good with some pressure. And then maybe we notice some tender spots, or some spots that we didn't know or we didn't feel for a long time. So just notice all these different things as you move your foot. You want to be aware of what's under our feet, the sensations we're feeling with whatever ball or object we have chosen. And when you're done with that heavier pressure, let's kind of come back to a center for a moment, just so that we lift back up. We find our gaze at the horizon. We can always shut the eyes, and now there's a lifting in this leg, a more of a contraction on the quad and in the hip joint, where I'm starting a feathering, softness at the bottom of the foot. So now I need to control my upper leg and hip region as I softly move the ball. And again, closing the eyes allows us to get further and deeper in touch with the bottom of our foot, the connection we have with this feathering. And hopefully the connection we have with our breath that is supporting us here. So nice deep inhales and exhales. Even if this is tough, that we're not holding the breath, that we're still taking these deep, easy breaths, letting it out, letting it in. And when you feel like you are done with the feathering and the sensations, let's just release that ball. You can move it to the side. Coming back into that hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, reach it all the way up. Now we're going to exhale, come into our forward fold for 2 breaths here. And just really release, relax. 1 more breath. And then inhale, root to rise. We're just going to lengthen all the way up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's get ready for our yoga nidra. Welcome yourself to yoga nidra practice. We made it, all of us.
Seriously,
He's like, oh.
Am I doing what? Did you want it? Okay. I was going to, but
I'm going to shut off the lights.
we need to get another couch.
I love seats.
Yeah.
Stick with it, buddy.
Right now, I can't get down on my knees for 6 months, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Shavasana is like not as pleasurable in a chair.
Nope, not unless you have an easy chair, a lazy boy.
Yeah,
Two of these chairs together, they work.
Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah.
Sally does that. So while we're getting ready for our yoga nidra, if I haven't mentioned, I definitely have a class here. So thank you, Sally, Paula, Gilbert, and Kathy and Jody for coming and joining us today, Friday. Those of you at home, allow yourself to get ready for a yoga nidra experience. This is just listening to me speak and moving through the different parts of your body as you relax, allowing yourself to absorb and relax here today. So allow yourself to move into a chair, whether it be an easy chair, maybe you're lying down on a couch or bed, or all the way on the ground. Some of us, sometimes in our class, will have people all the way against the wall with legs up the wall, as they prefer legs up the walls. That allows us to also bring all the blood and all that circulation back to the heart. All right, so finding our position, lying on our back in Shavasana, corpse pose, or finding a comfortable sitting position where you feel supported. Starting to take deep breaths as you find the alignment within the spine in whatever position you have chosen. Softening and closing the eyes here. Allowing the little last wiggles, the little last movements of our head, our shoulders, our arms, releasing all the way down through our fingertips. Maybe we take a moment to squeeze fists and tighten the body. And then we exhale and release and relax the body. Remembering that you can use any props necessary: blanket, bolsters, eye masks, pillows. And now allow yourself to soften into the earth plane. Become aware of the meeting points between your body and the floor. The pressure felt on the underside of your body. Possibly letting your legs be a bit wider apart. Arms away from the body where your shoulders can relax. Palms turned upward, ready to receive. Head feels supported as the neck is long and relaxed by having your chin just below the level of your forehead. Allowing your mind to relax. Now bringing the breath back on board. Awareness of inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Slowing and lengthening the breath as you deepen. Allowing the belly to rise and fall with the breath. Releasing any excess tension or stress from the body. Each breath, allowing this tension or stress to dissipate. Slowly dissolving into your space, letting go, releasing now to a natural breath rhythm for you. Continuing to soften into the earth, letting go of the form of your body and just breathing, anchoring into your breath as you welcome our Sankalpa. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. Allowing the breath to feel supported by slowing down and deepening, relaxing, anchoring into your breath that supports you, trusting in your body, supported by the earth that is always there, grounding you. And now, like a wave moving down through the body, Just being aware of the body and then of the breath. As we start to bring the breath from the toes, tips of the toes, awareness, connection, as they relax and move into the foot, sole of the foot, top part of the foot, heel, relaxing into both ankles, lower legs, both knees, relaxing upper legs, both hips, right glute, left glute, right hip, left hip, sacral center between the hips, center of the pelvis. Releasing down to the pubis bone, relaxing. The space between the pubis bone and the tailbone. Taking a couple breaths here at our root chakra, reminding you that your breath supports you. Releasing into the tailbone or the base of the spine. Each breath moving upward through the spine. Relaxation moves into the sacrum, sacral area. And then slowly into the low back. Breathing through each and every lumbar, spine, vertebrae. As we relax the abs, the belly softens with our breath, relaxes into the back, the mid-back, the low back. Moving above the navel, relaxing the space above the navel between the rib cage and all the way back into the spine. Softening the rib cage as we move into center of the chest. We relax to the back once again, releasing between the shoulder blades. Vertebrae by vertebrae, the breath moves upward towards the neck, base of the neck. Another breath at the base of the neck. Relaxing, softening the chest, releasing both shoulders. Relaxing upper arms, both elbows, forearms, both wrists, hands, and all 10 fingers. And with the breath, fingertips connect to the hands, hands to the wrists, forearms, relaxation into the elbows, upper arms, shoulders, connecting us to the base of the throat. Few more breaths here as we move through the throat space, all the way to the base of the head, making an energetic line from the base of the head all the way to between the brows. Between the brows and the base of the head, we find our pineal gland, center of the mind. Taking a few breaths here as we imagine a small pine cone, expanding and opening with light, unfurling as we take these breaths. Feeling connected as we come to the crown of our head. Taking a few breaths at the crown of the head and taking a moment to connect to your divine personal source, your divine personal source of love and light. And from that divine source, drawing all the way back down through our chakras as we inhale to the root. And as we exhale, that energy moves back up through the center of our body to the crown. And inhaling all the way back down to the root. Allowing this cyclic energy to inhale and exhale through our chakras. We might find a light that moves up and down the spine. A few more breaths like this, connecting our energy. And then releasing as we become aware of the back of our body, breathing into the back of the body now. And releasing through the front of the body. And now coming to the side of the body. Awareness of the left side of the body. Feeling connected. And now awareness of the right side of the body. Breathing through the right side of the body, feeling connected. Allow the whole body to integrate. Center of the body, you are breathing. Now bring in a sense of stability, grounded like a tree, with your roots deep into the earth, feeling this cold, wet, damp earth. Now bring in a sense of heat, hot, hot as the sun rays on your skin. And now a sense of hardness, hard strength emerging from the earth, up, up towards the sky like a tree. And soon a soft breeze flows, feeling this breeze, a light caressing breeze that lifts you, floating, a sensation of heaviness as you sink into the earth. Allowing yourself to sink. Now visualize yourself within a red 4-petaled lotus flower. The red symbolizes our root, Muladhara Chakra. As you breathe, the body relaxes deeper within this red lotus, sinking, merging into the softness of the 4 petals as they envelop you, feeling them squeeze you tight, and then a gentle release, an opening, an unfurling of the petals. You also release and open, unfurling with the flower, feeling as if you have merged with the softness of this red lotus, breathing with this lotus flower. You imagine the essence now of this flower, the smell leading to the taste, and back to the color red, and how this red color makes you feel, allowing it to bring in a sense of stability, a sense of strength and structure, feeling grounded as you come back to your Sankalpa. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. My breath supports me. Anchoring into your breath, into the support of your body that is supported by the earth, that is always there grounding you, aware of your breath, aware of how you feel, of this relaxation, as you bring it back to the back of your body, where you feel the connection to earth or the support beneath you, behind you. Taking a few deep breaths here, starting to awaken your senses, starting to bring movement back to the body, back to the fingers, back to the arms as we find movement, reawakening, allowing bigger movements from fingers, hands, wrists, arms, toes, feet, ankles, legs, and maybe even the head and neck. As you begin to move around and reawaken, allow yourself to find a beautiful stretch overhead and a drawing back in as you give yourself a hug. If you happen to be on the ground, grab the knees, pull them in, give yourself a squeeze, and gently rock side to side, feeling supported, feeling loved and cared for by taking your time here. When you're ready, moving to one side or the other in our fetal position. Taking that much needed breath as it supports you and pressing your way back up into sitting. Thank you for joining me. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace be with you as your breath supports you this weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Paula and Kathy and Jody and if I can remember everybody, Gilbert. I'm like skipping. Gilbert and Sally. And thank you everyone online. It looks like we had a lot. Thank you for those who came online. I may not be able to say those names, but looks like we have a Jocelyn and a BDJs and a Zachar Hun official. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here next Friday for Yoga Nidra and chair yoga, getting stable and get grounded for the weekend.
I got a high school graduation tonight. I've been going to graduations like crazy. I'm tired.